Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today we're going to be reacting to Bhagavad Gita chapter 18. Let's go ahead and get started. It's a long one.
At the very beginning of the final chapter, Arjuna asks Sri Krishna about sannyasa and tyaga, two words that designate two different kinds of renunciation or withdrawal from worldly activities. According to Sri Krishna, you should renounce actions done merely for worldly pleasure and dedicate your life to gaining spiritual wisdom.
Sannyasasya mahabāho tattvamiccāmi veditum tyagasya charishikesha pritakyeshi nishudana.
Kamyanam karmanam nyasam sannyasam kavayo viduhu sarva karma phalatyagam prahustyagam vichakshanaha त्याज्यं दोषवदित्येके कर्म प्राहुर्मनीषिणः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यमिति चापरे निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र त्यागे भरतसत्तम त्यागो हि पुरुषव्याघ्र त्रिविधः सम्प्रकीर्तितः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत् यज्ञोदानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिणाम् एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च.
A real quick pause there, and this is what I was thinking in my mind. It's the fact that, renunciation of actions or rewards. Sorry to pause, but this is the perfect time. What he said here is exactly what my thinking was. Is the fact that there's nothing necessarily wrong with, well, maybe he didn't say it here. There's nothing necessarily wrong with getting rewards. It's the fact that if not getting the rewards affects you, then it's wrong. If you're getting rewards gives you pleasure, but then not getting it, you're indifferent, I think that is good. Because this is kind of how I live my life now. I think it's ever since that college about, life is suffering. Give it 110% and expect nothing from the results. Those two phrases, life is suffering and expect nothing from the results, really did change my life a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, I still expected praise and rewards from certain things, but it started my change into not expecting those things. So, getting rewards, being happy about it is fine, but when you're not getting it is when when not getting it and you're suffering because you're not getting it, there's the big key, in my opinion. So getting rewards and being happy, and then not getting those rewards and still being happy, you're doing it right. Getting those rewards and being happy, and then not getting those rewards and you're being sad or suffering, you're doing it wrong. My opinion.
कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम् नियतस्य तु सन्न्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते मोहात् तस्य परित्यागस्तामसः परिकीर्तितः दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म कायक्लेशभयात् त्यजेत् सकृत्वा राजसं त्यागं नैव त्यागफलं लभेत् कार्यमित्येव यत्कर्म नियतं क्रियतेऽर्जुन संगं त्यक्त्वा फलं चैव सत्यागः सात्विको मतः न द्वेष्ट्य कुशलं कर्म कुशलेनानुसज्जते त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो मेधावी छिन्न संशयः.
Real quick there too, sorry again to be pausing, but again, if you want uninterrupted, please go watch the original video. You should have already watched it in a way before getting over here. So this is an interesting one. Being wise, the more of the doubt-free one. So in my thoughts here is, again, with your actions that you do in life, do the best you can, so there's no doubt that you did the best you can. Even if you did wrong, you generally speaking, you will not suffer from it because you knew you did the best you can. You tried your best, you gave it your best shot, and it wasn't good enough, and that's fine. In my opinion, that's fine. I can commend you for that. But let's see. But by lying, by not doing your best you can, by not doing that, you will suffer because you're like, man, I could have done better and I messed up. So I don't know how to explain that in such a poetic way, but it's just, as long as you're doing the best you can, you cannot blame yourself for not doing it right. You literally did the best you can. But of course, be mindful of what you're capable of. Don't think that you can save someone's life by doing open heart surgery and you said, I did the best I can. It's like, well, what kind of skills you had? Well, I never had any kind of surgical skills, so I did the best I can, though. No, don't be stupid like that. But know what you're capable of and doing the best you can with what you know. But don't be, doing things that you don't know. That's the best thing you can do is find some help, try to support the person, call the ambulance or whatever it is. And knowing that you trying to provide open heart surgery is not the best option. Wisdom with that as well. So doing the best you can, meaning that you're doubt free of what your capabilities are. You did the best that you could, so generally speaking, you cannot blame yourself for it. That's how I think about that. I hope that was clear, because I can see how it's not. I have trouble putting into words that I'm just doing right on the spot.
Nahi deha bhruta shakyam tyaktum karmanyasheshatah yastu karma phalatyagi satyagitya
I'm sorry, I'm going to rewind that one. It's impossible for one to renounce actions completely. Yes. Wow. And this is something, like I said, I did before, where I was, again, that phrasing in my college years got me to start
karmanyasheshatah
renouncing the fruits of my actions. I realized that I'm happy to do things for people if I'm capable and willing to do it. Even if someone asks me to do something and I'm not willing or nor capable of doing it, I will not suffer for it because I know what I want to and what don't want to do. And mind you, these things are just things that are, not necessarily like life dependent or life changing or anything. They're just like minor things that are just inconsequential in life. But yes, renouncing the fruits, that's what I've been trying to do. I've been pretty good, but not perfect.
Yastu karma phalatyagi satyagitya anishtamishtam mishrancha trividham karmanah phalam bhavatyattyaginam pretya natu sannyasinam kvachit.
After explaining renunciation of action, Sri Krishna now explains action itself. He first gives Arjuna an overview of the 5 basic elements of action, including the doer or agent of action, the karta.
Panchaitani mahabaho karanani nibodame sankye krutante proktani siddhaye sarva karmanam adhishthanam tata karta karanancha prutak vidham विविधाश्च पृथक् चेष्टा दैवं चैवात्र पञ्चमम् शरीरवाङ्मनोभिर्यत् कर्म प्रारभते नरः न्याय्यं वा विपरीतं वा पञ्चैते तस्य हेतवः तत्रैवं सति कर्तारम् आत्मानं केवलं तु यः पश्यत्यकृतबुद्धित्वान् न स पश्यति दुर्मतिः यस्य नाहङ्कृतो भावो बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते हत्वापि स इमान् लोकान् न हन्ति न निबध्यते.
Sri Krishna continues his explanation of action by describing three particular factors involved: jnanam, knowledge; karma, action itself; and karta, the doer or agent of action.
ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविधः कर्म संग्रहः ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः प्रोच्यते गुणसंख्याने यथावत् शृणुतान्यपि सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावमव्ययमीक्षते अविभक्तं विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि सात्विकम् पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथक्विधान् वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि राजसम्.
I want to say something in that little part there. So, I was thinking everyone would understand this, but I thought I'd say this part. So it seems like here he says that, thinking we are all one is good. Thinking that we're all separate is bad, in a sense. Like we're all individual beings is rajasic. Oh, God, I know I'm mispronounced that badly. And the fact that it's this is how I'm understanding good and bad. I'm not sure if that's exact the translation, but at least based on the words is how I'm understanding. Because obviously, in terms of Advaita Vedanta, we are all Brahman Atman. Brahman or Atman is, I guess, it's Brahman and Atman are interchangeable, as from my understanding. But also, it seems like Atman is saying like your true self, which your true self is Brahman. So all beings as Brahman is good, but how we see us as individuals, not one, all individuals separate from each other, is rajasic or bad. I don't know if that's the direct translation, but that's how I'm understanding it.
यतु कृत्स्नवदे कस्मिन् कार्ये सक्तमहैतुकम् अतत्त्वार्थवदल्पञ्च तत्तामसमुदाहृतम् नियतं सङ्गरहितम् अरागद्वेषतकृतम् अफलप्रेप्सुना कर्म यत्तत् सात्विकमुच्यते यतु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहङ्कारेण वा पुनः क्रियते बहुलायासं तद्राजसमुदाहृतम् अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्ष्य च पौरुषम् मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते.
So here I'm seeing rajasic and tamasic as bad things. I know there's a difference. I can't quite remember what the differences are, because these words are just fairly new to me. And I can't remember the other one, the S word, satic, I believe. I know that to be good. One of them is like I can't remember. Anyways, Tamastic. I think I said that in the last video, where Tamastic is like a mixture of me as well. Action done due to ignorance. Because again, I just don't choose to believe in stuff. So and I'm fine with thinking of myself, and I think it's Tamastic. I believe it was Satvik, excuse me, Satvik and Tamastic, I believe. Anyways, I can't. These are just brand new words, so I can't. I don't quite exactly understand. I know it seems to be these things are bad, generally speaking, but one is worse than the other, and I can't remember which one it was.
Mukta sango naham vadi dhrityutsaha samanvitaha siddhya siddhyor nirvikaraha karta satvika uchyate ragi karma phala prepsur lubdho himsadmako shuchihi harsha shokanvita karta rajasah parikirtitah ayukta prakritastabdhah shato naishkritiko lasah vishadi dirghasutri cha karta tamasa uchyate.
Okay, so Tamastic is actual actions, depression, procrastination, like physical things, where Rajasic is emotion, desire, wants, emotional stuff, thought stuff, I think, whereas Tamastic is more of actions that you actually do, not necessarily linked with emotions. I think, is that correct? I think so.
After describing three kinds of knowledge, action, and agent, Sri Krishna now describes three kinds of thinking, buddhi, and three kinds of resolve, dhriti.
Buddhir bhedam dhriteschaiva gunatastrividham shrunu prochyamanamasheshena prithaktvena dhananjaya pravrittincha nivrittincha karya karye bhaya bhaye bandham mokshancha ya veti buddhis sa partha satviki yaya dharmam adharmam cha karyancha karyameva cha ayathavat prajanati buddhis sa partha rajasi adharmam dharmamitiya manyate tamasavrita sarvarthan viparitamscha buddhis sa partha tamasi dhritya yaya dharayate manah pranendriya kriyaha yogena vyabhicharinya dhritis sa partha satviki yaya tu dharma kamarthan dhritya dharayate arjuna prasangena phalakankshi dhritis sa partha rajasi yaya swapnam bhayam shokam vishadam madam evacha na vimunchati durmedha dhritis sa partha tamasi.
Sri Krishna continues his explanation based on the three gunas by describing three kinds of sukha, happiness or pleasure.
Sukham tvidanim trividham shrunu me bharatarshabha abhyasad ramate yatra dukkhantancha nigacchati yattadagre vishamiva pariname mrutopamam tatsukham satvikam proktam आत्मबुद्धिप्रसादजम् विषयेन्द्रियसंयोगात् यत्तदग्रे मृतोपमम् परिणामे विषमिव तत्सुखं राजसं स्मृतम्.
Sorry, right there. This is what I was talking about earlier, where when you get happiness from everyday life, but it never affects you, it's just bonus, I guess you could say. I don't know if I could call it like, what he's saying, like nectar or anything like that, but it's just bonus happiness that you get every day. Imagine you always being happy, then when other people is happy, or whenever other people is happy for you, that's just bonus happiness. But when those actions that you take requires a return on investment or a gift in return to you, and it harms you, that becomes poison. This is it right here. So this is how I live my life, where I'm generally speaking content, generally happy, generally content. And when I see other people happy, I'm happy. And when I see other people sad, I'm kind of sad, but it's not, I wouldn't say I'm suffering for it, but I'm, I guess, empathetic. I don't know what the right word is for that one. I like to see people happy, generally speaking. But I don't really expect much from my actions. There are certain things that make sense. Like if you want me to buy you something, and it's like, hey, look, I can't afford it, but if you pay me back, I can get it for you. You just give me the money back. That kind of, it's not like I'm buying something and I expect something in return, like a I don't know how to call it, like as a reward. No, I'm just expecting you to give me back the money that you said that you'd pay me back for. That's a bit different. There's an expectation there because of something I'm providing a service for, kinda. But if I give you a gift and all of a sudden I will expect you to give me a gift back, that's different. So again, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with receiving happiness from the external world. I think Osho kind of points in that general direction. I have not watched any of his videos lately. I can't react to his videos because he just gets blocked. But that's the idea I'm getting from his, is that there's nothing wrong with experiencing the great things in life. But much like this, if you expect happiness from life to provide you with happiness and you're not getting it and it affects you, then it becomes poison. But if you enjoy the happiness of life and the things that are not happy in life doesn't affect you, I think you're in the clear. But you have to be truthful to yourself.
यदग्रे चानुबन्धे च सुखं मोहनमात्मनः निद्रालस्य प्रमादोत्थं तत्तामसमुदाहृतं न तदस्ति पृथिव्यां वा दिवि देवेषु वा पुनः सत्वं प्रकृतिजैर्मुक्तं यदेभिः स्यात्त्रिभिर्गुणैः.
Sorry, real quick right there. Not even the gods can exist free from these three gunas from nature. It's kind of funny because the Roman gods are very human. They have emotions, anger, jealousy, happiness, sadness, all of it. Or the Greek gods too.
Now, Sri Krishna describes the responsibilities of people from each social group: Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. He says that by acting according to Dharma and fulfilling your responsibilities, you can become perfectly prepared for enlightenment.
ब्राह्मणक्षत्रियविषां शूद्राणां च परन्तप कर्माणि प्रविभक्तानि स्वभावः प्रभवैर्गुणैः शमोदमस्तपः शौचं क्षान्तिरार्जवमेव च ज्ञानं विज्ञानमास्तिक्यं ब्रह्मकर्म स्वभावजं शौर्यं तेजो धृतिर्दाक्ष्यं युद्धे चाप्यपलायनं दानमीश्वरभावश्च क्षात्रं कर्म स्वभावजम् कृषिगोरक्ष्यवाणिज्यं वैश्यकर्म स्वभावजम् परिचर्यात्मकं कर्म शूद्रस्यापि स्वभावजम् स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्मनिरतः सिद्धिं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु यत प्रवृत्तिर्भूतानां येन सर्वमिदं ततं स्वकर्मणा तमभ्यर्च्य सिद्धिं विन्दति मानवः श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वभावनियतं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम् सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः.
Next, Sri Krishna describes how one who has followed dharma and fulfilled responsibilities can eventually become enlightened, transcending all worldly actions and reaching the highest goal, Sri Krishna himself.
Asakta buddhis sarvatra jitatma vigataspruhah नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धिं परमां संन्यासेनाधिगच्छति सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्म तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तो धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च शब्दादीन् विषयांस् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषव्युधस्य च विविक्तसेवी लघ्वाशी यत वाक्कायमानसः ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं परिग्रहं विमुच्य निर्ममः शान्तो ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते ब्रह्मभूतः प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति न काङ्क्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते परां भक्त्या मामभिजानाति यावान् यश्चास्मि तत्त्वतः ततो मां तत्त्वतो ज्ञात्वा विशते तदनन्तरम् सर्वकर्माण्यपि सदा कुर्वाणो मद्व्यपाश्रयः मत्प्रसादादवाप्नोति शाश्वतं पदमव्ययम्.
Sri Krishna concludes this explanation of action by telling Arjuna to surrender his ego and accept his responsibility to fight on the battlefield. According to Sri Krishna, Arjuna really has no choice in the matter. He must follow dharma.
Chetasa sarvakarmani mayi sanyasya matparaha buddhiyogamupashritya machittas satatam bhava मच्चित्तः सर्वदुर्गाणि मत्प्रसादात् तरिष्यसि अथ चेत्त्वमहङ्कारान् न श्रोष्यसि विनङ्क्ष्यसि यदहङ्कारमाश्रित्य न योत्स्य इति मन्यसे मिथ्यैष व्यवसायस्ते प्रकृतिस्त्वां नियोक्ष्यति स्वभावजेन कौन्तेय निबद्धस्वेन कर्मणा कर्तुं नेच्छसि यन्मोहात् करिष्यस्य वशोऽपि तत् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढाणि मायया तमेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत तत्प्रसादात् परां शान्तिं स्थानं प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम् इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातं गुह्याद्गुह्यतरं मया विमृश्यैतदशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु.
Shri Krishna now concludes his teachings in the Bhagavad Gita by assuring Arjuna that through devotion and surrender he will be freed from all sins. Then Shri Krishna recommends these teachings to everyone who has a pure heart.
सर्वगुह्यतमं भूयः शृणु मे परमं वचः इष्टोऽसि मे धृतमिति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम् मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैष्यसि सत्यन्ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः इदं ते न तपस्काय न भक्ताय कदाचन न चाशुश्रूषवे वाच्यं न च मां योऽभ्यसूयति य इदं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा मामे वैष्यस्य संशयः न च तस्मान्मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि अद्येष्यते च य इमं धर्म्यं संवादमावयोः ज्ञानयज्ञेन तेनाहम् इष्टस्यामिति मे मतिः श्रद्धावाननसूयश्च शृणुयादपि यो नरः सोऽपि मुक्तः शुभान् लोकान् प्राप्नुयात् पुण्यकर्मणां कच्चिदेतच्छ्रुतं पार्थ त्वयैकाग्रेण चेतसा कच्चिदज्ञानसम्मोहः प्रणष्टस्ते धनञ्जय
नष्टो मोहस्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव.
The Bhagavad Gita ends where it began, in the palace where Sanjaya has been narrating all this to King Dhritarashtra. There, Sanjaya expresses his amazement for all he has seen and heard on the distant battlefield through the divine powers bestowed on him by Rishi Vyasa.
Huh. So the one that's telling all this story has been blessed by divine powers by a rishi, one of the 7, I believe, right? But again, one of the videos, I can't remember the comments in that video. I got to go back and look at it. But the question I had was the fact that Krishna was telling Arjuna that only you can see me, or only you can hear me. I can't remember which one, or both, perhaps. That I am telling this to you, and you're the only one who will know or see me or hear me, I believe. Or it was seeing this true form, that's it. Only you can see my true form that I'm showing you now. It's like showing him the universe, showing him everything. And then, but the thing is though, is that this person in the castle was also seeing it, explaining it to the king, which is like, wait, if Krishna, if Krishna was only showing this to Arjuna, how was the person in the castle also seeing this? I forgot what the comments were. It's been a long while, but I do remember reading some of it. But let me know in this one too. I'll have to go back and look at that one.
Ityaham vasudevasya partasya cha mahatmanah samvadamimam ashrosham adbhutam romaharshanam vyasa prasadat shrutavan etadguhyamaham param yogam yogeshwarat krishnat sakshat katayata swayam rajan samsmritya samvadamimam adbhutam keshavarjunayo punyam hrishyami cha muhurmuhu tacca samsmritya rupam atyadbhutam harehe vishmayo me mahan rajan hrishyami cha punah punah yatra yogeshwara krishno yatra partho dhanurdaraha tatra shri vijayo bhutir Dhruvanitir matir mama.
Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvare Moksha Sannyasa Yogo Nama Ashtadashodhyayaha.
Okay, I think I'll listen to the English version as well, because I think I mostly understood a lot of that, but I think maybe the English, streamed down English version will help me understand it a little bit more. I do wonder what that king thought at the end there. It's like, why is Krishna talking to him and not me? I wonder if the king gets jealous. Maybe the king has conviction behind his action. Maybe that's the reason why Krishna would go to him. I'm just kind of curious as to why did Krishna go to Arjuna and not to the king? I guess maybe Arjuna needed it more than the king? I don't know. And now that the king has heard all of this, does he question why Krishna went to him and not to him? Why Krishna went to Arjuna and not to the king? Anyways, let's watch the English part. Hopefully this will clear up everything, or at least help me understand it a lot more.
O Krishna, this I want to know, how to discern the difference between surrender of works fruits and renouncing the worldly life.
To renounce is to cease from works performed for one's own sake alone. Surrender is to disown the fruits of all deeds as an offering. Sacrifice, penance, charity, These works are not to be renounced. They should be done not seeking fruits, but because they have been ordained. Renouncing obligated works, thinking wrongly is tamasic. Avoiding duties so despised, fearing distress is rajasic. Performing actions as enjoined, without attachment to their fruits, deeming them duties to be done. To renounce thus is sattva's view. Not avoiding repulsive tasks, nor attached to delightful deeds, giving up the fruits of one's works, such is a true renunciate. Deluded people take the self to be the agent of all works, but those, the wise and egoless, are not bound by their deeds at all. Those who worship the source of all, pervading the whole universe, by fulfilling duties enjoin, unto perfection they attain. Doing one's duties poorly though, surpasses doing others well. Performing deeds rightly ordained, no one ever commits a sin. Duty should never be forsworn, even when problems interfere. All deeds entail some obstacles, like a fire enshrouded by smoke. Those free from all attachments here, disciplined and ever content, having ceased from all selfish deeds, they have renounced most perfectly. O Arjuna, now learn from me how one can gain the perfect state, how Brahman is to be obtained. Through this knowledge the ultimate, those endowed with intelligence, self-controlled and dispassionate, purified and contemplative, in Brahman they are fit to merge. Absorbed in Brahman they attain supreme devotion unto me. Thus they know my reality, and thereafter they enter me. Go for refuge to that alone, with your whole heart, O Arjuna. Then being blessed you will attain the state of endless peace supreme. Thus unto you I have explained, of all knowledge the most concealed. Reflect on this entirely, then go and do whatever you choose. Be devoted and worship me, offer sacrifice unto me, then you shall surely come to me. This I promise, for you are dear. Abandon every other goal, and seek refuge in me alone. I shall release you from all sin. Be not sorrowful, do not grieve. Arjuna, have you listened now? With the completely focused mind, has your ignorance been destroyed? Has your confusion been removed?
O Krishna, by your holy grace, my confusion has been destroyed, and my composure has returned. As you command, so shall I do.
Thus I heard this great dialogue of Lord Krishna and Arjuna. The secret yoga I did hear, directly from the Lord Himself. O King, as I recall once more that remarkable dialogue, I am astonished and amazed. I rejoice again and again where Krishna, Lord of Yoga, is with the great archer Arjuna. There is glory, victory, wealth, and most certainly righteousness.
And the one thing I was thinking I haven't said yet throughout this one was the fact that, again, Krishna really does push devotion quite a lot. Bhakti yoga. And of course karma yoga as well, because in this situation Arjuna needs to take action, but also needs to be devoted to Krishna. So I don't know if this something that Krishna pushes, is mostly bhakti yoga and perhaps karma as well, or is it all the yogas as well? Again, I say all the yogas, but I don't know if it's all the yogas, at least in terms of Advaita Vedanta, which is karma, bhakti, jnana, and raja yoga. They did talk about raja yoga in this one, and I think in a little bit earlier ones as well, but they haven't talked about, jnana yoga in this one and the one earlier ones, which sometimes I see it with a G, sometimes I see it with a J, so I'm not exactly sure. But raja yoga I think they might have did that with an earlier one, but didn't really talk about it a lot. Mostly in this one, it's always been devotion to Krishna. Again, I know I hear a lot about Krishna followers, and I guess perhaps maybe a particular group of Krishna followers, as in they're kind of thinking they're righteous. Perhaps, hopefully not all of them are like that. Perhaps it's just a particular group of them. But anyways, is that the main push of people who follow Krishna, is devotion? I'm guessing so. If he is a god, generally speaking, gods are bhakti yoga, meaning devotion or love to a particular being, maybe multiple. But is that the main push for Krishna? Now I kind of want to see, is there any movies about this? I would love to see it. Please recommend it in the comments below. Good one. And I'll see if I can find it. Because I'm curious as to the whole story behind this, and since I finally completed to a certain degree of the Bhagavad Gita, I would definitely like to watch a movie that tells it pretty good. Not a documentary necessarily, just a movie that kind of, maybe they kind of what I like to call Hollywoodized it, meaning that obviously they kind of exacerbate some of the things a bit just to make it look nice on the screen. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. So anyways, that's my reaction to Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18. I think this is the last one. The next one I think he has is just a complete series itself. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.